What's up, guys? Coach Caglione here. We've got Otis here. We're going to talk about some core exercise today. When it comes to core exercise for powerlifting and just for general health, for lower back health, things like that, stability is key. So you can do some sit-ups and things like that, but a lot of times if you're using a lot of momentum, you're going to be cranking on your spine. It's not going to have as much transfer. So think about more core stability work, so things that where you're not moving, you're kind of anti-moving. So we're going to go through some different variations today and show you some examples of that. The first thing we're going to go over is just some basic plank variations. And essentially what a plank is, we're trying to make our body a pillar and create like a lot of tension. When we're benching, when we're squatting, when we're deadlifting, we want to try and create as much tension. More tension is going to give us more stability. More stability is going to give us more strength. So planks are really key, and it's also going to help us learn to keep a neutral spine, keep our rib cage stacked over our pelvis. So those are going to be some key points. So if we think about just general posture, we can use a dowel rod for this, and we want to make sure that we have point to contact. So anytime we're doing any type of exercise, we want to have neutral back. If I round over, I'm going to lose contact. If I arch too much, I'm going to lose contact. So it's really important that we can keep good contact, and planks are a great way to teach this. So we're going to start on our forearms. And we're going to bridge up. We want to keep shoulders and elbows in good alignment, and we're going to bridge up. So Otis is in a pretty good position here. I might have a little extension in the back, which is okay. I might instruct him to bring his hips up a little bit, and now squeeze your butt. So we're gonna squeeze your butt more. So I want him to kind of posterior tilt his pelvis a little bit, so we want to keep this as neutral as possible. And we're gonna just do these for little bursts. So this would be hips too high, this would be hips too low. I kind of want to be somewhere in between. You can relax for a second, okay? There are some different ways that we can advance this. We could do longer holds, obviously. We could add weight. We can change some different things, like putting a foot up and things like that. So let's try that. So let's start with a wide base. I could bring one foot off the ground, trying to let your pelvis shift. So if I start to twist like that, that'd be no good. Other foot. Good, and relax. I can do we call plank to pup, which is plank to push-up position. So we can start here, build up one hand at a time. Let's try that. All right. And bridge up, and then back down. And up against. When I do this, I want to try to limit shifting my pelvis as much as possible and relax. We could do a quadruped plank and do a similar thing. So start hands and knees. Plank here. Left foot comes up. Sorry, right foot comes up, left foot comes up. This is a hard one. Yeah. Hand. Oh yeah. Hand. Which I'm not as good at that one. So there's different things you could do with planks. You can have some fun. But the goal is neutral spine, neutral pelvis. I don't want to see a lot of pelvic twisting, flexion or extension, just kind of a neutral back throughout. One of my favorites is the old body saw. So we're going to try this with Otis, see how he does. We're going to put our toes on the sliders. These are furniture movers. They're great to use on turf. They only cost a couple of bucks. So let's get in a plank position. There's a lot of exercise you can do with them.
You'll put my foot here, right?
Your foot on the pads, yep.
Okay.
So this is a body saw exercise. So this is a good progression once the plank's pretty easy. So legs straight, get in a plank position, hips a little higher, and we're just gonna saw forward and back. Try not to let your hips drop. Come back up. Ooh, let's try that again. So we're trying to make sure he's doing okay, not perfect. And take a little breather. Good, I'm gonna give it a go myself. And I want Otis having all the fun. So we want to make sure that our hips are not dropping or raising too much. Keep that pelvis level. So I'm just doing short strokes here because this is what I can control. If I collapse or my butt comes up, no good. I could do this from a push-up. position as well. I could do a lot of different cool stuff with that. But the goal of any plank is anti-extension, resisting extension of the back. Now we're going to go into side planks, which is we're resisting lateral flexion. So we're resisting side bending. So let's face this way. On the shoulders, on the side. Good. We're going to bridge up and the feet behind you. So we're going to start with short lever. Let's didn't face this way, Otis. Right. Let's get feet behind you. Feet behind you. Knees together. Let's bridge up. So let's go up on this elbow. So elbow underneath. Good. Come up. So right now he's got some extension and flexion going on. So I'm going to instruct him to come up and then bring your hips forward. Hips forward more. Keeping the abs tight. Knees together. Feet back. Hips up. So it's something he's going to work on. We're going to hold for time here. Trying to bring the hips up and forward. Let's try the other side. Still facing the same way. Good. Relax. Other side. Still face the same way. So swing your legs around.
Like this?
Yeah. Right. Good. Feet behind you. Hips up. And just bring that elbow underneath. I just want your elbow underneath your shoulder. Yep. Hips up. Head back. So this is a big improvement. We have much better alignment. I want to keep his neck aligned. Shoulder in line with the elbow. So we're resisting lateral flexion this way. Gravity's trying to pull him down. And relax. Good. So I'm going to show some examples of how we can progress that. We can go from short lever to long lever. If you have some knee considerations, I would just stay short, that's fine. If you have some shoulder considerations, I can be here and I can raise up my upper body. There's some different things you could do. One of the things I like to integrate is some hip work. So you can do side plank with hip flexion. Side planks with clamshell and get really creative with it. Other things you could do, suitcase carries, holding a really heavy weight with one side for time and walk, or just hold for time. So those are called good anti-lateral flexion movements. And some other great movements you could do. This would be for anti-rotation. So let's go on both of these. You can do this with a cable or a band. Yep, nice and tall. Grab the band. So I'm going to try and pull him and start holding it like this. Yep. So I'm going to try and pull Otis. He's going to resist me. So now push out with the band slowly. Push out this way. Keep it level and push out like this. So a little harder, right?
Yeah.
So as he pushes out harder, it's going to be harder. I'm trying to pull him into more rotation. Come back in slow. So these are really good core exercises again. Push out. And again. One more. Good. I'm going to do the other side, just so he's not unbalanced. So now we're just in rotation the other way. Again. Come back in. So you're learning to resist movement, learning to absorb force. Really great for athletes, really great for learning to engage the core, staying tight. Good. Nice work. Some other good plank stuff you could do. You do things with like an ab wheel. Oh, just can you grab that pad for me? So this would be more anti-extension type stuff. So this is essentially just a dynamic plank. So we're going to start. I'm starting with the posterior tilt. I'm going to come out as far as I can. Now for me, that's about where I'm going to lose my arch. So I come back in. Some people might be able to come up all the way. That's fine. For me, that's about it. You can do this with the ball. You can do this with the wheel. A lot of great stuff you could do there. All right. Other things you can do for core. We're going to review some flexion exercises in another video, but this is all kind of the core stability stuff. So that's our video for this week, guys. Focus on more stability, more time, keeping a good neutral spine, ribcage stacked over pelvis. that's our video for today, guys. Please subscribe. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.